Am I supposed to be able to hear anything?
No.
You don't need that.
I'll just amuse myself for a little while.
Please. Sammy J and Randy are the award-winning comedy duo that have appeared in festivals across the world, as well as on Good News Week and Spicks and Specks, combining musical comedy with bald-headed purple mannery. In the studio today, we have Sammy J. Hello and welcome.
Hello there, and thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Now, am I the purple-headed bald man, or am I the Sammy J?
Well, the benefit of radio is you can be either and not both.
Both sounds a little lewd. I think I'll just be Sammy J today.
But it's been a busy year for you, which recently sort of culminated in hosting the Comedy Gala.
Yes.
What's it like moving from performing in the gala to being the ringmaster?
Well, it was only literally a couple of days ago, so I'm still sort of just breathing out now. But it was great fun. It was actually, in a weird old way, less pressure than it has been doing little spots in the past. Because when you're hosting, you get to come out again and again and again, and so you sort of feel like even if they hate you at the start, you'll win them over by the end. Whereas in the past, I remember my first time doing it, I was just doing a little song on my own 3 years ago, and I was just terrified because you thought, man, if this goes wrong, then a whole lot of people are going to hate me, or at least dislike me, or not see my show.
No, you persevere until they laugh, and if they don't, they'll pity laugh, and
Yeah.
that's just as good.
Never discount a pity laugh. See, I got one there from Maddie, and
There we go.
that was a nice one.
It's balanced.
Now you're one of the many Australian comedians who gave up law to pursue comedy. Why?
Well, it's I like to sort of put out the myth that I was a successful law student who turned my back on it, to pursue comedy. The reality is that I never really should have done law in the first place. I was pretty poor at it. I distracted everyone in the class by telling jokes. And one of the primary reasons I picked law was that I was a huge fan of Sean McAuliffe and DGen and all these people you refer to. So I'm not really part of the tradition. I was more observing the tradition. And so I can't really put myself in that list. But, over time, there's sort of, I think people, you say it out loud enough, and a lot of people think I finished my law degree, like most of those guys who did, and many of whom practiced, like Sean McAuliffe. But no, I can't claim that. I lasted 2.5 years through a 5-year degree, battling by on 51%.
I would love to think that there is one person listening at home going, I want to be a famous comedian, that's it, I'm going to work hard and get into law at Melbourne Uni so that, I can host the gala at some point.
Well, they would be carrying on the fine tradition started by myself, because, yes, it was literally that. I knew that all these people had done it, and the law reviews were a huge attraction to me, this sketch comedy idea that went back to, to Monty Python and this, and I just got a better score than I was expecting to at the end of school, and I was basically showing off, and, there was no good reason for me to do it. And all my friends from the law school who are now earning far more than me and are in very high-flying legal jobs.
But how many of them get to hang out with a puppet? Not
Well,
many.
depends what you think of judges in this bloody legal system, eh? But no, I have no regrets. It's certainly a great fun job.
Well, in 2006 at the Comedy Festival, you debuted with Sammy J 55-minute national tour, and it proved quite a successful show. How was that for a debut show?
It was. I remember I was in a room, a basement down Duckboard Place, just off Little Flinders Lane, and it held 45 people, and that was very daunting. But it started to sell out, and that was nice. And when you 45 seats, you sort of. It's all very much friends and family supporting you for the first 2 weeks. Then after that, you're on your own, and that was the most exciting thing. When suddenly a few faces were in the audience who I didn't recognise, and then it won a little award, which was cool. And it was the first full hour show I'd done, which when you start off just doing 5-minute spots all over town and stuff, and so to do a full hour, you're really terrified that you'll just run dry at like 38 minutes, and I'd never spoken out loud for a whole hour, let alone sung songs and stuff. But that was cool because I was sort of trying. I had a few video segments in it, and there was a storyline, which was the first time I tried something like that. So I think it sort of, pitched my. I was going to say pitched my tent. That sounds. Is that what you put your flagpole? What is it?
You're the most experienced one here. You can come up with whatever you like.
Okay, I got an erection.
Great.
I know the feeling.
Yes. So I should hope so. How old are you, sir? So anyway, it was fun, and I felt like I'd actually finally found what it was that I was, if not good at, what I wanted to do as far as comedy. Because you sort of have to, find your area. Otherwise, you should just leave, really.
How did the collaboration then begin with Heath?
It was specifically at a comedy night on Smith Street in Collingwood in 2005. I'm like the Rain Man. I can remember that. It's September 2005. I know this because I've got a video of the night someone gave to me. And Randy was emceeing the night. It was the Wrong Night, which is a cool little comedy night, sort of with an emphasis on filthy material and stuff. And Randy was emceeing, and I was one of the guests. And so Randy introduced me onto the stage, and I'd never seen him before. I'd been watching him in the back of the room, just thought he was hilarious, just funnier than the other comics on the bill. You know, Randy is just a brilliant stand-up in his own right, despite the fact, let alone the fact he's a puppet. And so yeah, I did my gear, and then I sort of thanked Randy at the end. So I actually met Randy before I met Heath. You know, and then after the show, I just went and said hi, and then we dug each other's gear, as it were. And maybe 9 months later, I was doing some late night shows at the Butterfly Club, and asked Randy whether he'd like to come and pop up and join, and we started doing that. So we really didn't know each other that well. All we just knew we liked each other's senses of humour, and that was the starting point. And it has somewhat blossomed since then, because we still like each other's senses of humour. We just know each other a lot more and spend most nights of the year together in various hotels and so on.
That's for another show.
Yes.
It really does sound like a romantic story. You remember the time, you remember the place.
Well, we don't have sex. I mean, that's silly.
No, he doesn't have a bottom half.
No.
Anyway, and what can audiences expect from this year's show?
This is the one where we've really let the team down. You know, after all the success, women, fast cars, we've just gone, nah, let's just pull out a piece of crap and see how many people come along. That was what I just said was the blurb that we wrote originally, because you have to write your blurbs for festivals like months in advance, normally before you've written the show.
Yep.
And Heath and I were like, oh, that'd be funny. Let's just write a really, stupid blurb saying, don't come to this show. It's going to be terrible. But we thought that's jumping the gun. We still desperately need people to come. We're not that well known. We've had a nice amount of stuff happen, but so no. The truth is we worked on it over Christmas. It's called The Inheritance, and it's probably our most ambitious storyline. Randy's uncle dies in England, and so we travel to England to claim his inheritance, and that'll happen in like the first 7 minutes. So again, there's the F word song, and then straight into it. And so it's got we're trying a few different things. Like there's another character, another puppet character in the show, which is a full body gnome who Heath operates, which is sort of pretty out there. And we're really happy with the songs. We've done it at the Adelaide Fringe for a month, so it's sort of got it to a place that we enjoy doing it. There's nothing better than turning up to a show and you're looking forward to doing it. It's like you going, getting into a nice car that you're looking forward to the drive, rather than some piece of crap that's been in the garage and needs an oil. I can't believe I started a car analogy. I do not know anything about cars. I just said the word oil and then trailed off. So people can expect whatever they want, but we shall give them what I just described.
We'll hold you to that. What we have, every week on In Joke, we have our guests come in, and after lengthy discussion about their lives and their shows, we get that out of the way, and then we get to the real issues of which historical figure would you nuzzle or motorboat?
Oh. Now, I've never felt more old, because I worry that these are some sort of sexual euphemisms that you're throwing my way that I don't necessarily understand.
Well,
a nuzzle is fine.
Yep.
But what's a motorboat? Oh, is that...
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, great.
I'm trying to cut the motorboat out because it kind of it categorizes everyone by the gender. Sometimes you don't want to always motivate a gentleman.
I see. Yeah, and also because you want to sort of be able to. Now I want to nuzzle someone and motorboat someone else. It's a really. You have left me with so many options.
Well, take as you will.
Okay. Well, I would like to nuzzle into the ample bosom of Emma Bunton Baby Spice.
Oh, an apple.
Excellent choice.
I would put her as a historical figure. I mean, they rode those
Definitely.
Brit Awards for a couple of years and, smashed some records. And she's still alive, so it's actually achievable.
At the forefront of Cool Britannia. Yeah, she revolutionised the pop scene. Prince Harry had a picture of her in his school locker.
Precisely,
Yeah.
as did I around the same time, I believe. Hazza and I should say. And motorboat. Gosh. Oh, no, that's inappropriate.
Feel free to be
No,
inappropriate.
no. I shouldn't motorboat Gough Whitlam. At
Done,
this
you just
particular
have.
stage. No. But I would like to perhaps a good old Labour stalwart, someone like a Ben Chifley from the 50s. Just
Yeah.
get down to Bathurst and just give him a big motorboat. Is that why you ask those questions? So you get those horrid little grabs from people that you can put out of context?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. We've yet had Chifley though, so I think we had Margaret Thatcher is the closest political figure that we've had.
Wrong side of the tracks for me.
But no, Chifley all the way. Sammy J, thank you very much for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
And good luck with the show, and fingers crossed for bringing home some more awards this year.
Yes. Well, I mean, now you put pressure on us. I don't think we're necessarily eligible for any more awards because we can't be newcomers, and you can only get the Barry one. So I think we're a spent force.
Well, that's justification if it's crap and you don't win anything.
Yeah, I know, there it is. No, we just need people. We're at the Forum, which is our biggest venue we've ever played. 400 seats a night, so just get along, please. And just tell your friends. I'm fucking desperate.